the Brit's the place to be. Radio living is the life for me. Airwaves spreading out so far and wide. Keep your FM, just give me that internet side.
Online is where I'd rather stay. I've got a lot of music to play. I just adore a Yankee view. Darling, I love you, but give me a show to do.
The Chat.
The Brats.
On air.
That's fair.
You are my wife.
Goodbye, British life.
The Yankee and the Brit on air.
Yankee and the Brit and the RTM Radio Network. Country request, whatever you want. We got it going on over here. Jason Hill is on the phone with us. Just a wee bit early, don't you know? But that's quite all right because we love our guests.
Good evening, Jason.
Good evening. How are y'all?
Not bad. What's going on over there? I believe you're jamming your butt off to the Yankee and the Brit show.
Man, we've got it blasting over here in the studio, for sure.
Crank it up! It's Saturday night!
It is Saturday night. I was afraid of the air. That's what I was afraid of.
Pop a top and let her fly.
Listen, we've got a few over here that has already popped a top. I promise you that.
Oh, my gosh. That's a bit messy.
Where y'all hiding out at tonight?
Well, we just came back from doing a benefit for a family that lost a family member a few weeks ago here in Clanton, Alabama. So we went and sang down there a little bit and auctioned off some stuff and just kind of hanging out with friends, man.
That's the way to be. An Alabama Saturday night.
That's it. There's no other place I'd rather be.
Except your girlfriend's house.
Well, yeah, she's always with me now.
Oh,
She's by my side.
Girlfriend, not a wife, right?
Girlfriend, not a wife yet.
That was just a lucky guess, I reckon. Don't want to get you in no trouble now.
I guess she's a smart woman then.
Well, I mean, she's a little petite, but she carries a big stick. How about that? Does that make sense?
Yes, yes.
She keeps me in line.
That's that Southern gal spirit. I'll put a whooping on your ass, Jason Hill, if you don't stop that.
Lord, it sounds like she's over there with you.
Hey, stand still or stand on one leg. Your signal keeps going.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
Is this better?
Stand on one leg and put some tinfoil on your head.
Well, I may have to do that. I may have to do that for real.
And possibly go up on the roof and, hang off the edge a little bit.
Well, I can't do all that.
Lean
That'll
just
be
a
too
little.
dangerous.
Lean just a little further over.
Uh-oh. Am I going out?
You're all right there. So
right there, Tin Man.
Don't move
Right there.
muscle.
Stay right there.
One leg up in the air.
Hey,
the other one
this is
hanging on the
country
rail.
living right here. This is country living. You get a signal when you can.
You still got rabbit ears on your TV?
Nah, we did graduate from that.
Oh, you ain't that far back into the swamp then?
No, not that far back.
Way back
Not
there in
that
the shoals. I'm only serious.
So tell us about Jason Hill and his music.
Well, you want the long version or the short version?
We got as much
You're
time as
not
you
going to
do.
bore me, are you?
No. Listen, I've got a very simple story. There's not much to Jason Hill. I guess it all started. I grew up in a very, very small community, and there was a man by the name of Randy Powell. He led our youth group, and he had this old Gibson guitar, and man, he played that thing, and he sang, and he challenged us to get up and sing, and so I started singing at an early age in church, and then there's a little bitty old church, Big Springs Baptist Church. Man, it was a small little church, but anyways, that's where it all kind of started there, and then picked up guitar a few years later, and I've always sang. I had an uncle that I kind of looked up to him because he was a singer too, and he actually made it all the way to Nashville, and then when he passed, I kind of put music down for a little bit, and then finally picked it back up and been kind of going strong ever since. I just recently went through some events, as anybody does in life. So it's brought out more emotion in my singing, and and I had some close friends that gathered around me in those times and gave me the confidence that I needed. And so we've just been going strong ever since. That's pretty much it. But that's the life of Jason Hill. I told you it wasn't very much to it.
No.
That's a pretty short life so far.
Yeah.
So what's your earliest musical memory from when you were young and made a mess and drooled all over the place?
Oh, well, I don't think I've ever made anybody drool, but
I meant when you drooled over the place, not when
oh,
you
when
made
I
anybody
drooled.
Yeah, what's your earliest memory from when you used to slobber and drool all over your high chair?
He only drools after a couple Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Oh man, y'all ain't right. I don't know. Every song has its own meaning. So music has always either helped me through a downtime and or it's carried me through a celebration. So every song that I sing or that I listen to, it has its own meaning and purpose. So to actually pinpoint one song that has a certain effect on me, that'd be kind of hard to do. They all mean something to me. So I don't know. I don't think I can really answer that question, to be honest with you.
What kind of music makes you want to dance around like Baloo the Bear?
Oh, that's country music. I'm country to heart now. And that's all I've ever grew up with is country music. Like I said, man, we used to at family gatherings. My uncle, man, he would get out there and he'd play that guitar or the piano at my grandmother's house at a family reunion, and man, we'd all get on that front porch out there and just dance and have a great time. So it's always been country music. I'm telling you that the town I grew up in is Vida, Alabama, and it might be on the map now, but you got to really know where it is to to get there. So we're back in the woods, and we're simple country folk, and so that's what I grew up with is country music. That's what's close to my heart. So
There ain't nothing wrong with that.
So are you part of a band?
Not at the moment. I've got a few guys that I've picked up over the last couple of weeks, and they've jumped in and they've started to learn some of the. Y'all may have heard of him, Mike Allen. He's writing pretty much all my songs right now. And I've met him through Ekata Records USA, and so we kind of communicate back and forth, and he writes all my music, and. But those guys have jumped in and they're learning it, and we're all kind of learning it together too. So I think it's going to turn out pretty good. But for the most part, it's been just me and Mike, and of course I've got a guy here who's got a studio, Larry Wallace, and
Larry Wallace.
Yeah. So I come here. That's where I'm at now, and I left the benefit and came straight here. So we're always singing somewhere, doing something with music and stuff.
Apart from your uncle, do you have a musical family?
No, ma'am. No. Other than just, my mom, she led the music in church and stuff. But outside of family, no, I don't.
Are you somewhere close to Old County Road 19?
Yeah, you're right. You're getting close to Vida, Alabama.
Are you
You're
stalking Jason Hill?
Are you you don't live in that old building there? It used to be a gas station that's had the Hunt Brothers Pizza in it, do you?
The blue and red one.
No. You got to go. You got to go on. You got to actually get off of 19. Yeah, man. I think I love that place down there. That's where I grew up. That's where my whole family is down there. So
I see something I ain't seen in a long time, and that's a nice, lonely old tree-covered dirt road running across the railroad tracks.
That's it, man. I tell you, there's that dirt road. There's more memories on that dirt road. There is Swift Creek runs through there, and there's some other branches and stuff. But man, I'm telling you, music's always been a part of my life. I can remember there was a lot of nights where me and a buddy of mine, man, we would sit on that tailgate. We didn't really go out, We would sit on that tailgate all night long and with a fishing pole in our hand, and we'd listen to country music all night and fish. So Yeah, ain't nothing like living on a dirt road.
That's right.
Not good for vehicles, but
Vehicles.
That's the way we did it.
Hey, you're cutting out a bit there.
Well, I hadn't moved.
Have you took your foil hat off your head?
No, I don't think I have.
So
It's still there.
So, is there anything that's happened in your life or any influences that sort of pinpointed which direction you wanted to go with your music?
Yeah, I've got 3 kids. I've got not that this means more than the other, but I've got a biological daughter, and I've got 2 kids that I've adopted. There is a time, I did go through a divorce, and so anybody that kind of goes through that can understand what that does to somebody. But it's I think that's where my emotion comes from. I think that's where I've learned to let go, and learning to let go with the people around me. I think that's helped my music. And 2, my uncle. This is a true story. My uncle, when every Tuesday night, I would play with him, and I had never played an instrument, but his drummer didn't show up one night, and so I sat behind those drums, and I was going to learn how to play them, and I thought he was going to teach me how to play them, but he just started singing, and I didn't even hit the first cymbal or nothing. And he cut out in about mid-song, and he turned around and asked if I was going to play the drums or not. And I kept saying, Uncle Donald, I don't know when I need to hit this one or hit that one. And man, that man, he come over and snatched some drumsticks out of my hand, and he went through each one of them and asked me if I heard the sound they made. And I said, yes, sir. So he went back to singing. I still never did hit one. He stopped again and turned around, and I said, Uncle Donald, I know what you're trying to tell me, but I don't know when to hit them. He said, I can't tell you when to hit them. You just hit it when it feels good. So that was the one and only drum lesson that I got. And but no, man, I've got a lot that inspires me in my music. I was joking about her, but I've recently met a girl, and man, she keeps me pumped up. She keeps me excited about my music and keeps me excited about life. And she's jumped in there and with my kids, and my kids love her. And so, I mean, everything has its own purpose. So,
Good.
Isn't that how it was when we was young, and you go out hunting for that girl at night at the bar, and you hit it when it looks just right?
Hey, it is funny that you said that, man. I was on the dating scene. Oh my God, I'm 37, and I thought I'd never be on the dating scene again. But it's funny that you said that. I was actually singing at the Hideaway. It's a bar in Clanton, Alabama, and I was up there singing, and that's when Renee walked in, and I said, "That's her right there." And I knew it. I knew it right away. Couldn't wait for the music to stop where I could get off the stage. And the only thing that scared me was her cousin.
Uh-oh.
Her cousin's about 6'4", 6'5". I don't know. He may be taller than that. He's a big old guy, but he was standing next to her, and I said, "Well, I'm probably gonna have to go through him to get to her, and that's gonna hurt." But no, it all worked out great. She's a great gal, and we've got future plans. So
Your uncle was right all them days, though, wasn't he? Hit it while it's right.
Well, and that's true. I get a little nervous sometimes when it's a new song and there's new notes to hit, and that lesson, I'm being truthful, that lesson comes back and it rings in my head. Just hit it and let it, when it feels good. And
that's it.
And so, yeah, that's probably what helps me get through some of those songs. So.
That's what it was like for me back in the disco days. I couldn't dance worth a shit, but if it felt good, I did it.
That's one thing I'm not as a dancer too, so I can relate to that now.
Get up there and just let it go. If it feels good, that's the way to move.
That's it. That's it.
My husband certainly feels it when he's in Walmart and he's shaking his back end in Walmart.
No, I'm not that bad. I'm not that bad.
Every once in a while, Supreme song or something comes on. It's like, yeah, shake it, baby.
Yeah, get it. No, man, I like people that can dance. I love watching them dance. No, but I don't have a part on me that can claim it can dance.
Now, do you have a day job, or is this all you do?
No, I do have a day job. Believe it or not, y'all are fixing to laugh because I'm in Alabama and y'all fixing to laugh at what I do. I sell mobile homes during the day. Can you believe that?
Yeah, I can believe that. What's wrong with
Yeah.
that? That ain't nothing to laugh at. Everybody's got to have a
Well,
place to live.
I know the typical redneck mobile home jokes that come from me.
You might be a redneck.
I was wondering
See?
wondering whether it's because you have lots of tornadoes and they just blow away.
Oh man, we do have a lot of those, man.
That makes
Thank
sales.
goodness I haven't been affected one.
That makes the sales go up.
It does. It does.
What's the weather forecast for today, Tom? We got any tornadoes coming today?
That's when we throw those sails. That's when we start putting sail signs out there.
Or nowadays, I guess you might want to put some pontoons on them so they can float.
Whew, it's funny that you said that. You know, our mobile home lot, it actually flooded one time. It sure did. So
It's been flooding like crazy everywhere. We got a damn
Yeah.
rain there a couple of weeks ago.
So, Jason Hill, do you intend on staying independent for the foreseeable, or do you want to be richer and famous with your naming lights?
I'm gonna say, first of all, let me say this, and you're gonna think this is just somebody that's called in wanting to make people proud of him. I'm not. I don't look to. I'm not out to sing and to play music for money. That's like tonight at this benefit. I didn't charge them people. I went down. I tell you, there is a great place, and I hope y'all don't mind me doing a plug for these folks.
No, come on, bring it.
The Dixie Hideaway Mud Park, located in Billingsley, Alabama. Let me tell you, those are the hardest working people I've seen out there at that place. And I went and did a concert for them, and it wasn't just me. There was other artists there. But I didn't do it for the money. I didn't do it for any, for any recognition or anything. I really love to sing. And I would be that way probably through my whole career. Now everybody, I've got to pay bills, but man, to be on the biggest stage and sing, oh man, I'd be happy. I wouldn't be worried about the money. I really just enjoy the music and singing and watching the people and the fans react to it. That's what I get. I get more out of that than anything else.
Now, do you have your own band?
I've never had my own band, believe it or not. I've always just done cover songs, and until the last few months, meeting with Mike, just recently started doing original music. So, and it's working out.
So when you play out, who do you have with you?
It's actually preloaded. Larry does all the music, and it's already into a computer system, and we tie in that way. And
But you sing live with it, though.
yes.
Yeah.
Now I do sing live. Yes.
So it's kind of like a karaoke kind of thing, almost.
It is.
Now these songs we have, If Heaven, Bottle of Jack, Barroom Hell, did you write these songs, or are these covers?
No, two of those songs, Barroom Hell and Bottle of Jack, was written by Mike Allen, and then I sang them, of course. And then If Heaven is a cover song by Andy Griggs.
Okay. I never heard of it. That's why I was curious.
Oh, it's the other two are better. Wink, you understand what I'm saying?
I like Barroom Hell.
But that song by Andy Griggs is well. You want to know why I sang it?
Tell me.
We were in the car, and me and my girlfriend, and she has that Spotify thing, and that song played, and she asked me to sing it. So I sang it, and that's what came of it right there. So I put it out, and I tell you, people like it. People love it. So, but no, I can't take credit for that. That's Andy Grigg's song, but the other two are all Mike Allen and myself, and of course Larry. Everything's recorded here in his studio. So
now is that there in Alabama?
Right here in Alabama. That's right. Right on the lake, man. It's a beautiful view. You can sit here and record music and stare at the lake. So
what's the name of that lake?
This is Lake Mitchell.
Are you stalking the poor
I'm
boy
looking
again?
Damn it! Shut up over there.
Now this place you could probably find. You could probably just Google Blue Creek Marina, and that's where we're located.
Now is that in Clanton?
It's in Clanton. It's in between Clanton and Verbena. I think actually they may have a Verbena address out in this area, but
I see a Walnut Creek.
Nah.
Coosa River, Lake Mitchell Marina must not be the same place.
Yeah, you got to go south on the river. If you're at the Lake Mitchell Marina, you got to head south a little ways, and then it kind of branches off there. But you're right there around us. You're close.
Boy, that's some pretty country around there. I'll tell you that much.
Oh,
Been all over Alabama.
I tell people this is God's country right here.
Yeah, that's right. It is. It's beautiful, man. I loved it down there.
It is. It's
I used to
rolling
run
hills
back and forth across the South for months at a time, man. I loved every minute of it.
Yeah.
And the people were always good, and the food was always good.
Hey, yeah. Now we love to do some cooking and stuff down here.
What's your favorite?
But you got to come and stay a while. That's the thing. You can't just come and think you're just going to eat one plate either. They're going to fill you up before you leave, and you're going to take some with you too.
Well, when dispatch says you got that hot load, it's got to go, man. You got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
So when you're up on stage, do the ladies throw their underwear at you?
Not yet. I'm pretty sure Renee would not like that too much. But
Oh.
No, she's great. She kind of gives them that look. Y'all can drool for the time being, but guess what? I'm the one that's going to be leaving with him. So
you can look, but don't touch.
That's right. No, I tell you, there's a few places I go. I sing that song by Eric Church, that Wrecking Ball, and it gets sometimes it can get a little crazy, but
they start throwing their underwear at you. I can hear it now. Jason Hill, you get down off that stage right now.
If I smell sticky undies on you later.
Oh, y'all ain't right now.
Oh, we ain't supposed to be.
Y'all trying to get me in trouble. That's what it is.
We got wired up a little wrong somewhere along the way.
No.
And then we got married.
Yeah. Then we got married and all went to hell in a handbasket.
No, you can't say that. I'm sure that's not true.
No, not true at all. It took me 50-some years to find this woman, but whew, what a lot of work it was getting here.
Oh, what a lot of work it is now.
Yeah, there's a lot of give and take in that, ain't it?
What do you do to relax? Got any hobbies besides fishing?
No, really I don't. Music is my hobby, and I know it sounds like this is a radio show, so it's all about, but man, I'm being serious. It's spending time with Renee, and I have my kids every other week, so when I have them, I try to make that week all about them, and outside of that, it's music. Now, me and Renee, we do love to jump on the Harley and kind of escape, but that's it, man. I don't do anything other than that.
This ain't your average radio show, for one thing. We just want to chit-chat and know who you are and what you're all about and have a little laugh. We don't care about all that other stuff.
Hey, no, I'm all about that. I'm all about it. But, yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, I live a very simple life. Music and Renee and the kids, and of course that Harley. Now I love my Harley.
There we go. Now you're talking business. Bop, 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 bop.
That sounded like your truck the other day, husband.
Did it have a skip in it?
Sometimes it misses a beat there. One of them valves is a little sticky, and it starts to sound like an old Harley sitting there just bop, 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 Can't tell if it's got a big old cam in it or if it's something wrong with
I
it.
sit there at the traffic lights going, juggalug, juggalug.
Oh, man, what kind of truck is this?
96 Ford 250.
Oh, well, you need to bring it down here and let us put that thing in the mud.
No, hell, it ain't got enough power to pull itself out of a wet paper bag now.
Come
Believe
on.
me, that truck has been in mud. I've got us stuck in mud a few times.
It sure has. Woo, we've been mudding in that puppy one time. It was an accident, but we went mudding in it.
Ah,
No, it's old, man. That's 21 years old, and everything's pretty much original in it. And it's just getting weak. Ain't got no get up and go. It all got up and went, I guess.
yeah. Well, you mentioned Ford, so I'm gonna let you win. But you know,
Here we go.
we're,
Why, what do
we're
you-
Chevy folks around this place.
Yeah, I knew that was coming. That's all right. Now listen, that's only fair
Hey.
because back in the day now, and I'm talking back 70s, there was some damn good Chevys and Dodge and everything else. Now they all stink, if you ask me.
Listen, I'm sitting here talking smack. I don't even own a truck. I drive around in a BMW.
In a
So,
Prius.
I ain't quite that bad, but
Hey, Jason, what does that say?
Where?
A yeah egg?
Ask Jason if they have Agera eggs.
Do you know what she's talking about?
Akira?
AQYARE.
Akira?
no,
It
I
is
don't
Nisi.
know.
Ask Jason if they have.
Nisi?
Nissi?
Better look it
Maybe
up.
she spelt it wrong.
I'm thinking. Don't even look like a word.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what that is. I mean, if she's talking about some different chicken breeds, yeah, we got all kind of chickens. Lay all kind of eggs around here.
Square eggs. Now I just Google it, and Google turned it into square eggs. Google translates
Square
it to square
eggs?
Yeah. Do you have chickens with square
I've-
backsides?
I think this is another redneck joke, isn't it?
If it ain't, it's about to be.
It's about somebody needs to call Jeff Foxworthy, don't they?
You.
Oh, I got him too. Sons of bitch.
You know, this
dead.
fly's been bugging us for about an hour, and Randy just whacked this fly so hard and hit me over the head with it.
How's that for redneck?
You might want to make sure you got the bug and it wasn't just an excuse to hit you.
I know. I'm going to have a right big red patch across my
Hey,
face
somebody
with
once
it.
told me hit it while it's right.
That's right. Hit it when it feels good.
Nisi
Nisi
said
did mean square eggs.
She did mean square eggs. So is there some secret about eggs you need to be telling us? Like you've got some square chickens out there that only lay square eggs. So the eggs don't roll down hills because they're square.
No, I have no clue what she's talking about there. No, no square eggs that I know of.
I'm glad we cubed. Oh,
Just the ones on the other end of the phone, huh?
you can buy on
That's it.
Amazon.com a egg cuber.
An egg cuber.
Yes.
I'm not sure why you would really want that.
I know.
But,
I cut away all the good
Man,
stuff.
we make deviled eggs over here.
Yeah,
Our eggs
baby.
ain't gonna roll away. Them things straight out of the pot to get cut in half and.
Oh my gosh, there's a story here about chickens that lay square eggs. Look at all those square eggs in the bowl.
Oh, come on. You believe in that shit?
I
yeah,
don't
it's on the
believe that
internet.
at all.
It's on the internet. It's got to be
Yeah,
true.
that's right. It's on the internet. If it's on the internet or Facebook, it's true. It's true. I tell you, Facebook has got more people in trouble than anything else.
What a joke that thing is.
Carol Durham says it must be an Alabama thing.
It must be. It must be.
You just ain't deep enough into the South, that's all.
I guess so.
Put that back.
Oh yes, our list of questions. What?
I know.
is your
Sometimes I
next
get lost because I
question,
got my own
husband?
to ask, but they don't fit in with anything.
I think we're beyond that point. You just might as well go ahead and ask them now.
Back to being sensible. Do you have any heroes?
Do I have any heroes?
Yeah.
I tell you, I've always said, this is going back to the music thing, but as far as heroes, yeah, there's a couple of people. Of course, I would have to say my dad being the first one. He's probably the hardest working man I know, and You could ask anybody in our community; he'd give you the shirt off his back if that's what you needed. And so I look up to him. I've got an older brother. He's probably the closest person to me in my life. He knows my deepest, darkest secrets, and he keeps them hid. And so I look up to him a lot. And on the music side, I've always said if there was one hand I could ever shake, it would probably be Randy Travis.
Is that right?
That's right.
He don't live all that far away from us.
Oh, really?
Mm.
Well, you ought to set that up. Let me come out there and shake his hand.
If I knew exactly where he was and knew you could get near him, it'd be fine. But I think they guard him like the fox guarding.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's heavily guarded.
Yeah.
No, it's his music. I could relate to it, and I would sit in my room for hours and listen to Randy Travis. Really, I would, and so that would probably be on the music side. That's who I would look up to.
If you could have a party,
go on, get it out of your system so I can talk.
If you could have a party with anybody in the sky, somebody that's passed away, who would you like to have a party with? Who would that be?
Oh my goodness, you trying to have these deep conversations, aren't you?
Well, while you're thinking, I just asked Nisi in the chat room, did she mean wombats? Because wombats drop square-shaped poos. Don't ask me how I know that, because I just do. But anyway,
that's some of that useless knowledge right there.
Useless knowledge, yes.
Boy, is she full of uselessness.
Full of it. Yes, wombats drop square-shaped poos. Anyway, back to my question. Who would you like to have a party in the sky with?
Well, first, and I don't know where y'all at, and we don't have to turn it into that conversation if you don't want to. First, it would be my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. I'd love to party with him. Outside of that, I would bring back my Uncle Donald, and he's the reason why I'm probably in music, like I was telling you earlier. So, because I've got a lot of questions, and I know he could answer them.
Well, if Jesus didn't grab them drumsticks out of your hand, Uncle Donald will.
I probably wouldn't have been so snobby either on my next comment that I'd have said too. But
some of these questions, though, I think you just have to learn them as you go along, and then by the time you've learned them all, it's too late.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Let's see what else I have on my list of terrible questions.
No, they're not terrible. You're doing great. It's almost like you've done this before.
I know, yeah. I know. It's like I've done 50 or 60 or 70 bloody interviews.
So tell me, because obviously I'm new. How long have y'all been around the Yanki and Brit show? Now I'm asking you the questions, ain't I?
No, who's interviewing who around here? Well, Randy was doing the show not long before I stumbled upon his link on Facebook. I never click on anything online. I think it's all a bunch of stupid stuff, so I never click on anything. And then this dreadful, fateful day, I clicked on his link to the show, and that was it. I was just besotted with him from the word go, pretty much. And
yeah, it's been how long?
I've been doing the show with him since 2012. So
okay.
Yeah, quite a while actually.
I've known this old goat for 6 years.
We just keep plugging along.
Hey, well, it sounds great. I've been tuning in and I like it, man. It's y'all are way more relaxed and have fun. To me, the way radio should be.
Well, I don't know if you noticed, but there's no politics, there's no religion, there's none of the no commercials. Man, and I have nothing, I'm not against religion, I'm not against politics, or commercials and all that stuff, but we don't do commercials because we don't want anybody telling us how we got to do the show if we're going to play their commercial. I don't talk religion because everybody wants to argue about it, and politics, everybody wants to argue about that, so we just stay away from that stuff, and, we just enjoy people like you. Come in here, have a laugh, find out who you are, why you make music, and we're happy.
Yeah, and that's the way radio should be. You turn your radio on, you turn that on to escape the work day, or you do it on your lunch hour, or you turn it on because music for most people that's their inspiration, that's their pick me up. And man, I don't want to be talking about politics and all that other stuff either.
Well, I always thought radio was your getaway from everything.
That's what I'm getting at. That's the way radio should be.
It was for me when I was young. Turn on the radio and forget today. Even though you're young and don't have a whole lot of worries, it was still turn on that music, man. Light one up and let's go party.
Right.
Listen to Mark and Lard in the morning.
Oh, you Brits. It still amazes me a little bit while we're talking about it that, she stumbled on my show. She's in England, for cripe's sake, and stumbled on my show over here, and all of a sudden we started chatting, and I asked her to be a co-host, and we talked for, a couple of years, wasn't it?
Yeah.
We video chatted every day for sometimes 4, 5, 6, 7 hours. She'd fall asleep. I'd go to work and do work and then come back, and she was awake and cooking and cleaning and whatever, and I guess somehow it ended up she decided she was coming over here, and here she is, been hitched up almost 4 years in March.
Well, that's great, man. That's great.
Still kind of, it really does. It's still kind of just amazing to me, that it took all them years. I've been married 3 times before her. And, 3 strikes and you're out. But finally, I hit a home run the 4th time.
Yeah. Well, that's good. That's good.
He saved the best for last. That's what he did.
Exactly. Yeah. That's exactly what he did.
She's about as useful as a turd, but other than that.
I know.
She's good for something, or else she wouldn't still be around.
That's right. And they always say nothing is something, so there you go.
I'm so going to pull your trousers down and slap that face.
Oh, no, don't do that.
Live on the Yankee and the Brit show.
Oh, yeah, it's the Yankee and the Brit show. We're talking with Jason Hill. He's down in Alabama. Can't beat that.
Yeah, very cool. Very, very
Be nice
cool.
to mention his name once in a while. Well, anyways.
So what's your hopes and dreams for the future? Where do you see yourself in, 5 years?
In 5, well, I hope to be on that big stage singing. Outside of that, just, spending time with my kids and Renee, and who knows, maybe our kids that we have together, and that's it, man. Just living life. I'm telling y'all, I'm probably the saddest story you'll ever hear. But I have no big wants, and that's why money is not a drive to me. I've got everything I want, or everything that I need, and so that takes care of everything outside of that. So yeah, 5 years from now, I'd like to still be traveling big time and singing on big time stages and watching people dance and have a great time to the music. That would be an ultimate life goal.
What kind of places are you playing in now? Just little honky tonks or
honky tonk but donkey donks?
Yeah, man, I play in pretty much anything I can get into. Like I said, that Dixie Hideaway Mud Park. I've already done one show there. I'll be there again this coming Saturday. Lord, I don't know how long I'll sing there. It might be an all night thing, but I kind of do whatever they want me to do around there. That is a fun place to be, and I sing at the Hideaway a pretty good bit. Man, I do weddings, I do receptions, just whatever. So I've even went down to Gulf Shores and sang at the Pink Pony Pub down there. That was the most. Funny story. I almost started a fight in there one night, and as I was walking up to the stage, they had already given me the microphone, and I didn't have but 3 steps to be to actually be on the stage and out in front of everybody. And I had on an Alabama hat, and somebody out in the audience screamed "Roll Tide," and I said something about "Roll Tide" and "Good Night Alive." The crowd came alive, but it wasn't because of no music, man. It was it started to get scary in there. There were so many different people representing college teams in there. There were some heavy debates. So I said, never again, if I ever get on stage, will I mention anything about college football around the South, because it can get dangerous pretty quick.
We're liable to see your name on headline news.
Yeah. So anywhere where they will have me, I'll go and sing.
That's good. Well, I got a few questions I want to ask you, and then we'll let you go.
I was going to ask him one other thing. What's your opinions on the generation of country stars today and the music industry today? What do you think about it all?
Well, in my opinion, you need to take country out of it.
And take it somewhere else?
Not that I'm not saying that those singers, there's great singers out there. There's great performers out there. Those guys do a phenomenal job in what they do. But I am old school country. To me, in my opinion, there's a lot out there I would not label as country music. But yeah, that's my opinion. We need to get back to the old school roots and kind of, if you listen to the cover songs that I do and even the songs that Mike is writing me, which we're going to have a few more come out here pretty soon. Man, they've got that old school Hank Jr. and some Randy Travis and Alan Jackson feel to them, and that to me is country music.
Have you heard of Thomas Gabriel?
I can't say that I have. Am I supposed to have?
He's Johnny Cash's grandson.
No, I try not to. Now Johnny Cash, of course, I've heard of him, but
you got to hear. I'll play. I'm going to play your 3 songs here, and then I'm going to throw one on there if you're still listening. He is unbelievable. You know, you're talking about old school and old country. This guy's he sounds like his grandpa, and he's got the way he does that music, man. It's like Johnny Cash before he passed away. Pretty cool stuff. I'll throw one on there. You can check it out.
Yes, that's to me, that's country music, man. And I'm not saying that people can't, but man, I tell you, there's more people that you meet when you go to these shows and these concerts, and they like this new stuff. I know they like the new stuff, and we do play the new stuff from time to time. But they really get up on their feet and they really get to moving, and it doesn't matter what generation it is. You dive back into that old country, yeah, they get to moving. So.
Well, that's what a lot of these independent artists, and that's pretty much why we stick with the independent artists. Like tomorrow night is Independent Sunday, and it's nothing but independent artists that have sent us their music, whether it's rock or country or jazz or blues or whatever. But that's why we stuck to this, because there's so much great independent stuff coming out, and I hope one day soon that independent artists get their due rewards, because there's a lot that deserve it.
Oh yeah, there's a lot. I've been blessed to actually talk to a lot of people, and I'm with you on that. There's a lot of independent people out there that do need that recognition for what they're doing and what they're playing. So.
What song title describes the Yankee and the Brit?
Oh man, you put me on the spot.
That's the whole idea.
Yeah. I don't know. Is there a title out there that can describe y'all? That's the question.
Probably nothing you can say.
Yeah. Somebody needs to write a song, I guess.
Yes.
To title y'all.
Yes, there's a hint in there. Yes. Larry. No, Mike. It's his name, Mike. Mike.
Yeah, Mike's the songwriter. Yeah, we'll get Mike Allen. Keep calling his name out.
Come on, Mike. We need a theme song, buddy. We've never had one. You could be the first. We'll make you famous.
We have to sing our own theme song.
I know, we've made our own up sometimes. It's just not the same as having somebody else do it.
Yeah, we might have to sit down and see if we can come up with something.
Well, anyways, let me get after these questions over here so we can get you out of here. Number 1, what is your favorite word?
My favorite word?
Your favorite word. Or words. I guess.
I should have given these guys a revision sheet.
Yeah.
No cheating on the test.
I guess it's pretty simple. Seems like I'm always asking people what's up. So I guess I'd have to go with what's up.
Do you ever say what about it?
No, I don't think I do.
That's I picked that up when I lived in Tennessee. Guy I met when I went to work there. I worked at a big old giant sign shop there, and every morning he'd come in and he'd say, "Hey, Randy, what about it?" And it took me about a week to finally get around. Once I got comfortable knowing who he was and talking to him, I go, "What the hell do you mean by that? What about it?" And he goes, "What's up? What's going on? How are you?"
Yeah, I knew what he was saying when you said it, but I guess outside of that, it would be there you go. You know, you can sum everything up with there you go.
What's your least favorite word?
My least favorite word?
Yeah.
It would be two of them. It'd be I can't. I've always told my kids, don't say I can't do something. You can.
You can.
Doesn't mean you're going to be at doesn't mean you're going to be at the top of that field that you're talking about, but you can. So I don't like to hear the words I can't.
What turns you on?
What turns me on? Well, I'm getting some looks right now because I actually said the question out loud.
Jason Hill, you better give the right answer.
Come on, Renee. I'm rooting for you here. He's got to say you.
No, I was actually going to say that. I was actually going to say Renee in blue jeans. But, yeah, that's right. That's right. She, no lie. She put on a pair yesterday to wear to work. That was her half day. And she sent me a text and she said, "You'll never guess what I'm wearing today." And she said blue jeans, and I said, "You better send me a picture."
What about those Daisy Dukes?
Nah. I'm telling you, man, I'm a country boy. A girl in those blue jeans, whoo!
Yeah, baby.
Come on.
I love a man in jeans. I tell you, there is nothing hotter in this world than a man in jeans.
Okay, well, on the other side, you understand then.
Yes, I do. Not the jeans that some guys wear halfway down their arse, but you know, the ones that pull them up.
She's talking cowboys.
Yeah.
Oh yes, sir. There's some hot cowboys.
Yeah, I've never understood the pants around the ankle thing.
No.
But
I guess that's in case you got to go in a hurry or something.
yeah, well, some of those boys need to look up what that actually means and how it originated.
Yes, I did. I looked it up once.
They'd pull them pants up real quick. I seen a funny little post. It was a guy. He had his pants. They were almost, no lie, they were almost to his knees, just hanging there. And standing beside him was this little bitty boy. He couldn't have been, 4 or 5 years old, but it had a caption above the little boy's head, and they were looking at each other. And the caption said, "Hey man, do you need help with that? I mastered that at like 3." Talking about pulling his pants up. So I thought that was pretty good.
What turns you off?
What turns me off? Just negative attitude, I guess. I try to stay positive all the time, and so I'd say negative attitude.
You wouldn't last an hour around here with me then.
Oh, some days,
no.
me and Randy we just can't help but bitch.
Well, that's just your Mondays, but
No,
I
this
still
is
try to
every
stay
day.
positive.
This is every day that ends with a Y.
No, there's positive in everything, man. You gotta just. To me, it's a choice. You can either choose to be negative or you can choose to be positive. And,
well, I must have subconsciously
now, I'm not
chosen
saying
to
I
be-
don't have my downtime, but for the most part, I try to choose to be positive.
Well, subconsciously, my inside is saying, you're an idiot.
What,
spent 20
Jason's an idiot or you're an idiot?
I bitched about it. I made a little post today online about the damn thing because it irritated me so bad, but I was working on my railroad out here, and I needed a hammer. And, I spent 20 minutes looking for a damn hammer. And I ended up going and get one out of an old toolbox I haven't used in years. And it was only for like a 2-minute job.
Right.
But that happens to me all the time. Every day I lose things. Can't stand it. Drives me nuts.
Oh, I know. I've worked with my dad and my youngest brother. Them two together, they own a business, and they own a sawmill and a logging operation, and a couple other little things like a farm. But I go and I work with them, and it drives me crazy because they'll send me to go get a tool or something, and I go to the toolbox where the tool should be.
I know where this is going.
It's never in that toolbox. It's always on the last job that they worked on. So it's a 2-hour gig trying to find this wrench that they need. But so, anyways, it's good times. I love helping my dad and youngest brother out.
What sound do you love?
Music.
What sound do you hate?
Silence.
Really?
Does that make sense? Yeah, man.
I don't
like to
know.
be
I mean,
somewhere
I
where
love
it's
the
silent.
sound of silence. I don't get enough. of it.
No, not me, man. I've got too much of an idle mind. I'll get places I shouldn't be. You know, and for somebody trying to stay positive, you can't be somewhere where it's too silent. Now, sound I love would be music, and I love the beach. I could sit there and not talk all day long, listen to the waves crash. But,
Yeah. What?
I don't do good in silence.
Hey, put your foil hat back on. We just lost you then.
Uh-oh. Can
What?
you hear me now?
Yep.
Stand on your head just for a few more minutes, and then we'll let you go.
What's your favorite drink? And it doesn't matter whether it's water or alcohol.
Oh, man, it's Mountain Dew.
Oh, there you go. Why didn't I
Mountain
think of
Dew.
that?
Yeah.
What profession other than yours would you like to attempt?
Woo! I guess would be a doctor.
What profession would you not like to do?
Oh, man. Listen, and I'm not talking bad about these folks. If it came down to feeding my family, I would do it in a heartbeat. But I worked construction a few years, and them poor guys that run them Porta-John services, I don't see how they do that every day.
That's a new one for us.
I feel bad for those guys that stand there with the stop sign. You know the ones.
Yeah.
Yesterday we had someone give us a little what do you call those cars that guide you?
Pilot car.
Pilot cars. Yeah, yesterday we had a pilot car that guided us no more than like 100 meters, and it was just a straight road. We didn't have to detour anywhere. I was like thinking we needed a pilot car for that. But anyway, there was a guy with a stop sign, and every now and again he turned it around to go slow. And I thought, oh my gosh, it must really, really hurt them to stand there all day in that Texas heat. Oh my gosh, it must, that's a job I'd hate to do.
Yeah, I tell you right now, traveling up or down 65 in Alabama, you see a lot of those folks. They're doing all kind of construction. Been doing construction for years. I really don't know what they're trying to fix. To be honest with you, you'd think they'd have it fixed by now.
Yeah, but if they really, really, really fix it, they won't have nothing to do next week.
Well, I guess you're right.
Last question, and I think you already answered this one, but we'll hit you up again. If heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you get up to those big pearly gates?
Well good, or job well done, I guess you could say.
That's it.
You there?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I would like for him to be able to tell me that I did good and come on in.
Well, like I tell everybody else, I just hope you'll talk to me. That'll be a good start.
Yeah.
He might just
that's gonna be a magical day in itself.
He might just look at me and shake his head.
There might be a load of rules when you get there, no swearing, no farting, no pets, all that sort of stuff. Randy won't win the farting thing. He'll be out in seconds.
He's probably going to have a lot to say.
I hope I'm there when she shows up.
I'm with you. He's probably going to say, "You stand over there. I'll talk to you in a minute."
Yeah. I'll be in the naughty corner before I even start.
I can just hear him now though when she shows up. You bloody Brits! Well, where can people find your music? You got it out there anywhere yet?
Well, I've got a Facebook page, of course, just like everybody else, and it's simply just Jason Hill.
Do you do Facebook Live at all?
No, every now and then I'll do some Facebook Live, and I know I need to do that more, but man, time runs out on me. But I do have that music page. Larry and Mike, they take care of my Reverb Nation page. I've got that, and so right now that's really the only two places. Dixie Hideaway, Mud Park, they pretty much play my music a pretty good bit, so you can find it on their Facebook page.
Is that where you wanted to take my truck?
Yeah, that's where you need to bring it. Yeah, come on, they'd love to have y'all down there.
I might as well just have them tow it in and tow it out.
They got some stuff they can pull you out. Don't worry. Hey, them folks have been doing it for years, and it's crazy to see some of the vehicles they have.
Oh, it's a hell of a good time, though, isn't it?
Oh man, is it? It is a great time down
I ain't
there.
been mudding for years.
Yeah.
All righty, very good, man. I'm telling you, we had a hell of a good time, man. Appreciate you taking a little time and just shooting the breeze with us.
Yes, is there anything that you'd like to add before we flush you down the Yankee and the Brit show toilet?
No, that's it. I just thanks for having me on, and it's been fun talking to y'all. Really, it has.
You too, mister. And
Well,
good luck for the future, and keep us up to date, and keep in touch.
I don't know how long
All
you're
right.
fixing to hang around, but we're going to play your 3 songs, and then I'm going to play that Thomas Gabriel tune for y'all.
Oh, we're gonna be around for a while. Like I said, I'm over here in the studio, so we're gonna do a couple of songs. And
Hey,
right now we're just chilling. So
Hey, get all your pals to give us a shout.
give who?
Get all your pals to give us a shout.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that. I tell you, I know I've done brought them up, but I'll get with the Mud Loving Rednecks and the Dixie Hideaway Mud Part, and we'll see. We'll push y'all.
Yay!
That'll work.
Y'all keep pushing me, and I'll keep pushing y'all. How about that?
Yay!
As long as you keep that tinfoil hat on, we'll push you right over the edge.
All right, that sounds good. Sounds good.
Thank you much, man. You had a good time.
Flush
Appreciate it.
that chain, husband.
All right, here we go. We'll see you, Jason. Appreciate it, buddy.
All right, see y'all later.
Yep.
Bye.
All right, bye-bye.
You're listening to the Yanki and the Brit on the RTM Radio Network.
I know what you're thinking. Did he play 6 songs or only 5? Well, I'll tell you the truth, all this excitement, I'm kind of wondering myself. Being that this, the Yankee and the Brit show, the best internet show in all the world, and great independent music that would blow your head clean off. You gotta ask yourself one question. Do I feel lucky? Well, do you, punk?
Hey, I got to know.
Here's Jason Hill and Barroom Hell.
Once again, it's 5 o'clock. I'm on this stool. Another dream lost at sea on a sinking ship of fool. Everyone in this place have stories they could tell. Instead, we sit in silence, lost in a private hell. There's nothing quite as lonely as memories of a love that's died. Nothing sadder than a fool drying tears that he has cried. There's nothing quite as silent as hearts put on a shelf when they're trading for a bottle here in this barroom hell. stops within these walls. We're trapped in our own thoughts of all the should-haves left undone and everything we lost. Echoes of your last goodbye ring out with every train. Just took your leaving to see how low I'd sink. There's nothing quite as lonely as memories of a love that's died. Nothing sadder than a fool drying tears that he has cried. There's nothing quite as silent as hearts put on the shelf when they're traded for the bottle. Here in this barroom hell, when they're traded for a bottle. Here in this barroom hell.